All right. Hello, everyone. We're from Ironside, and we're here to show off the new scenarios capability with Amazon Q and QuickSight. My name is Rio Jane. I'm an associate consultant at Ironside. I have a lot of experience with several BI tools, including QuickSight and working with Q and QuickSight.
Hi, my name is Edwin Zepeda. I'm an associate consultant with Ironside and have been working with QuickSight for the past 3 years. For today's agenda, we will be giving a brief introduction to QuickSight and Ironside's synthetic client. Then we will jump into our scenarios demo, one with store performance, and then ending it with social sentiment.
At Ironside, we have over 2 decades of experience helping clients leverage data for their business. We work with clients to understand their business objectives and day-to-day challenges, and employ our deep expertise in data strategy, architecture, and engineering. Integration, BI, machine learning, and also generative AI. We create technical solutions and practical approaches designed to drive smarter, data-driven decisions and help companies move further and faster toward their business goals. We have been an advanced AWS partner for many years now, and we're happy to be here to demonstrate the new capabilities that Amazon QuickSight has to offer.
Amazon QuickSight is a cloud-based business intelligence service from AWS that enables users to create interactive dashboards, visualize data, and gain insights quickly and cost-effectively. Powered by the Spice engine for fast performance at scale, it supports a wide range of data sources, including AWS services and third-party platforms. With features like machine learning insights, embedded analytics, and natural language querying, through QuickSight Q, it makes advanced analytics accessible without requiring technical expertise. Scenarios in QuickSight is a new capability that can perform analysis with natural language questions. For this demo, we will be using the synthetic client.
The Ironside synthetic client is a fictional sporting goods retail franchise. So think of it like Dick's Sporting Goods. The purpose of creating a synthetic client is so that Ironside can use it to demo QuickSight and Q without exposing real client data. The synthetic client data is generated in the backend that contains realistic data for many business topics, such as prices and sales history, labor and staffing, customer experience, and also including seasonality and regional product preferences. With the synthetic client data, we can show off the many capabilities of QuickSight and Q, including the scenarios capability that we'll be demoing today.
The data for the synthetic client is generated by a collection of SageMaker notebooks. Each notebook focuses on different aspects of our sports retail store, from employee scheduling to sales history, while also baking in effects like PPI inflation and local real estate trends to inform store operations and sales. The generated data is then stored in the S3 bucket and ingested into our Redshift instance. We're then able to create data sources within QuickSight using our Redshift instance to visualize the data.
Now onto our demo portion. This is a synthetic client dashboard. The dashboard is created using the synthetic data that we have previously mentioned. Custom HTML machine learning visualizations are embedded in here as well. Just scrolling down here to show some of the QuickSight visualizations. We have bar charts, maps, pie charts, pivot tables, scatter plots, heat maps, and line charts with projections. On the second tab here, we have visuals relating to customer experience, including wait times and appointment keeping. The third tab here consists of our sales history data and also including a word cloud based on our most popular products by sales. Now we would like to see some additional analysis about the underlying data that the visual is trying to display. We can simply click on scenarios at the top right to navigate to the scenarios interface. Scenarios is a capability within the Amazon Q that allows users to perform data analysis using natural language. First, let's navigate to the top left corner. Here we can either find data from our existing dashboards or upload a new Excel or CSV file. Clicking on Find Data, we see a list of dashboards on the left. These are all the dashboards that you currently have in your QuickSight environment. It's similar to data stories in the Q author view. We're able to select visuals to include in our analysis. And for this demo, I will be selecting visuals related to sales performance by date, by state, stores, departments, and products. We simply add the visuals, and QuickSight generates a preview snapshot of the data. On the left side here, we can also filter our data. The filters from our dashboard carry over automatically. For example, for our demo, I'll adjust the date filter to show just the last 3 months. You can also add and remove fields by clicking on the column separately. And for our analysis, I'll be adding some additional fields. A few things to note: you can add up to 10 data sources to a scenario. You can include up to 20 visuals from a dashboard at one time, and data sources cannot exceed 200 columns. After we select all of our columns, we can simply click on Add Data to complete the step. For the purpose of our demo, I will also be adding some additional data from our dashboard. I'll be adding some data relating to labor insights and our real estate data, just to give Q more data to work with. Just like previously, I will set the day filter to only show data for the last 3 months. And I will also add a few additional columns to support our analysis. I will be adding city, state, daytime, shift fullness, and average home value. More things to note: QuickSight users with Admin Pro, Author Pro, or Reader Pro roles can access and utilize the capabilities of Q and QuickSight, in addition to this new scenarios feature. And once the data is finished uploading, we can then begin analysis. Like I previously mentioned, you can ask questions in plain English to explore your business data, understanding past trends, forecasting future scenarios, and even getting recommendations on what to do next. Just give a few seconds here while this data loads. And with our data set added, we are now ready to begin our analysis. As you can see on the left, these are the data sets that you have selected from your visuals. And to begin our Q Assist analysis, we can first describe the problem that we want to solve. For our prompt, I will simply type in, I want to see how different factors impact sales across my stores. Just type in a natural language prompt, and after some time, Q will generate simple questions for us to explore based on the data that we have added. Just a brief overview: after you create a scenario in QuickSight, the output is structured in threads and blocks. A thread is a vertical chain of prompts and responses. A block is a single prompt and its corresponding response. Each thread can contain up to 15 blocks, and each scenario can include up to 50 blocks total across multiple threads. When you start a new thread, Amazon Q will generate a list of prompts inside a new block. Selecting a prompt triggers Q to analyze relevant data and return a summary of key findings, forecasts, and conclusions. For example, from the list of prompts here, I will select, what if we increase retail prices by 10% across all stores? After a short moment, Q would generate the analysis. Q is able to break down the analysis into executable steps, showing us exactly what logic it uses behind the scenes. As we can see in step 1, Q explains that our labor insights and financial data are being combined automatically to reflect our whole business performance. It further explains what data is being included for analysis, and also including employee count, stores details, and pricing. As we can see in step 2, our current profit margin is being analyzed, and also including all of our sales metrics, such as cost of goods sold, profit, retail price, and units sold. In step 3, Q simulates the 10% price increase that we have asked for in our prompt. Q also lists out assumptions about price elasticity to further support our analysis. After the 10% price increase, the analysis includes our new sales metrics and projects changes in revenue for each product. Another thing that we can do here is to format the visuals that are being displayed. For example, I can sort the table using whichever field we prefer. For our demo, I will sort by average retail price. Also, we're able to format the fields that are being displayed as well. I will change our average retail price column to a currency instead of a number. In step 4, many supporting data visualizations are generated to further support our analysis. Q creates charts and graphs to represent the potential effects of price increase on sales volume and profit. Here, we can also change the visual type of these visuals to our preference. For example, I want to change this heat map to a horizontal bar chart. We're also able to play around with the different visual types so that we can find a visual that is more fitting for our data. After generating some statistical analysis and projection changes in metrics, now we're on to step 6. Q provides key findings and recommendations on the overall impact of how 10% price increase can affect our performance. It is showing that our average revenue will increase by 4.5% and our average profit will increase by 9.5%. However, the sales volume would decrease by 5% due to price sensitivity. It also shows us different variations between departments and also including a competitive analysis and additional factors to consider. The summary suggests a modified price increase approach and a more nuanced pricing approach to minimize revenue loss. We can potentially maximize profitability while minimizing the loss of customers. Again, it is great that Q reveals how each step is created. This transparency truly helps users understand the process. To dive deeper, click the plus sign below a block to create a new one with follow-up prompts. To explore a different aspect of the data, we can scroll all the way up to the top. And we can click the plus sign above a block to start a new thread. Starting with a new thread, I will ask, how do real estate trends affect sales? For some time, Q will generate the analysis. As we can see, Q combines our sales data with real estate information for our analysis. The merged data set now includes the average home value column and our sales performance data. Q performs some statistical analysis to quantify how store performance changes with local real estate values, and also display many visuals that support how the change in average real estate value can affect sales and profit. At the end here, Q concludes that there is a strong correlation between home value and profit. Also, average transaction value shows the strongest positive correlation with average home value, and the other sales metrics show a positive correlation as well. The results of the quartile analysis are generated as well, stating that stores in the highest home value quartile significantly outperform the others. At the end, it also generates potential implications for business strategy and actionable recommendations based on the insights that are generated. Some of the recommendations are to focus on location strategy, marketing, inventory management, and store design. Let's ask a follow-up. Does location type or size impact store performance? As we can see here, Q is running into an error, stating that the current data does not show location type information. However, we can simply modify the block by typing in exactly what we want to change. I will simply type in here, school location type, analyze how store size can impact performance. After clicking apply, and after some time, Q will automatically update the block. Now, Q is able to locate the store size information in our data set and combine with the financial data so that we can continue with our analysis after running into the initial error. This truly illustrates how powerful scenarios can be by automating manual tasks and helping users analyze data quickly and efficiently. All you need to do here is first find the data in your existing dashboards and selecting the visuals for the data behind it, or you can also upload files to support the data that already exists. And then all you need to do is simply use natural language to generate insights and recommendations. This concludes this portion of the scenarios demo. I will now pass on to Edwin, who will explore more of scenarios' natural language capabilities.
So today we will also be walking through a live demo of the text analysis capabilities in Q scenarios. We have pre-selected data from the synthetic client dashboard, and while that finishes processing, we will also upload our customer reviews. Q scenarios allows you to combine data from your existing dashboards with uploaded files that are neither Excel or CSV format. Uploaded data files cannot exceed more than a gigabyte in size. Now with our data loaded, we can now describe to Q what we're trying to solve. Let's start simple. Today we would like to analyze our sales history and customer reviews. We would like to gain key insights regarding market trends and how to boost sales. Q will generate suggested questions, or we can enter one of our own. Some of the suggested prompts include: how do product ratings correlate with daily sales across different departments? What are the best-selling products in each department during winter months? Let's start with a prompt of our own. What are the most common themes and negative reviews for products in the men's shoes department? Now, the amount of data that was selected and or uploaded will impact how long Q takes to generate a response. Here, Q begins by identifying how different data sets relate to each other based on shared fields. It first filters the data to isolate customer reviews that pertain specifically to the men's shoes department. Once these relevant reviews are isolated, Q uses additional common fields, those present in both the product dataset and the customer review dataset, to combine information, to then focus just on the negative reviews. Here we can see the data table Q begins to construct in order to generate insights. Q begins to analyze the frequency of keywords found in the customer reviews and creates visuals to present this information. Here we will see the bar chart that Q creates to demonstrate the most common issues found across the customer reviews. Some of the keywords found were uncomfortable, support, disappointment, and souls. Q then concludes by summarizing the most common negative themes found amongst the customer reviews. Some of the concerns found by Q include comfort issues, quality concerns, functional problems, and price quality mismatch. Q then creates a list of areas where our business can focus their improvement efforts. Q goes over enhancing comfort, improving quality control, and enhancing the value proposition of our products. Let's build on this by asking, how do negative review themes differ across various sports activities for men's shoes? Here we can see that Q begins by identifying the different sports activities found in our dataset. Q then focuses on relevant low-rated customer reviews and begins to construct new data tables that will lead it to a conclusion. We can see that negative reviews are identified per activity. We can start to see a new data table and a bar chart that organizes our data by the amount of reviews found per sport activity. With these data tables constructed, Q then can begin to analyze the reviews for keywords and major themes across the different sports activities. Q will present the different assumptions it took throughout its analysis. For example, it assumed the most common words that were found in the customer reviews are able to accurately represent the main themes found in the negative reviews. Q also makes the assumption to consider the relative frequency of keywords within each sport category rather than the absolute frequency across all the different sport activities. Now we can see a new frequency chart that organizes the frequency of each keyword per sport activity. And Q concludes with a summary of the different themes found for each sport. For golf shoes, we need improved traction. For our bowling shoes, we need to focus on enhancing material quality and grip design. For cycling shoes, we need to refine our fit options and improve comfort features. Q extracted these patterns directly from our customer reviews, highlighting the value of sport-specific design and managing customer expectations. As you can see, Q Scenarios helps us surface detailed and actionable insights by analyzing both structured and unstructured data. By identifying pain points and trends, we can make better product decisions and improve overall customer satisfaction.
Just to wrap this up, Scenarios powered by Amazon Q makes it easier for anyone to explore and understand their data. You can use the data you already have in QuickSight or even upload a file on the spot. It can guide you step by step through the analysis process, so even if you're not a data expert, you can still uncover helpful insights. The built-in AI helps highlight key takeaways and even suggest deeper areas to explore. It also makes it simple to create clear and compelling stories you can share with your team or stakeholders.